SNAFU. Situation normal. All fouled up. This is SNAFU.
All right. Welcome to another episode of SNAFU. Episode 114.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Akon dissection. I don't know whatever you want to call it. The Akon Blues is what you wrote down.
Post-Akon Blues.
Post-Akon Blues, yeah. No, I had a little bit of that. I had a little want to go back and spend more money syndrome. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So
you left with some?
I did, in fact, actually leave with some. Not much, but some. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna dive right into that. I don't think we've hobbied since the last episode. I guess I have been hobbying, but that we can talk about that the next episode.
Yeah, that was all wrap up hobby stuff that you were talking about leading up to Adepticon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there was a bunch of stuff before Akon, and we could talk about all the stuff that happened at Akon. So let's do that instead. That's like hobbying too, right?
Sure. Live action hobby.
Yeah. All right. So Akon starts Wednesday, goes through Sunday. I don't remember what week it was. You can look it up. Whatever. It was sometime in April. So just about spring break for most people. Yeah. So Wednesday, most people are just like vendors are setting up and shit. Like they're not doing anything. You know, like we're not. Nobody's really doing anything yet. And except for like the really hardcore nerds have found little rooms to play whatever game they're playing in.
I was gonna say, do they have any events on Wednesday night?
They do, but they're mostly like come look at our new product line or something. You know, like Warhammer 40K will announce something, and I think
did they do their announcements Wednesday night?
I think they did Wednesday night.
I feel like I remember seeing it before. Yeah, because we were talking about it on the way down. Because you guys left Wednesday, but didn't get all the way there.
Correct.
You guys like split the travel up, which was actually really smart. Mm-hmm. Nice little way to break it up and not make it a super long drive. It's not that bad. It's still 5 hours. It's only 5 hours, which isn't
solid
the worst.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which
if I wasn't playing in a tournament that night, I could do it. But like if you're gonna drive 5 hours and then play in a tournament, it's like no.
Yeah.
No, I did that once. It was hard pass. It was awful.
Yeah.
It's already all fried from driving, and then you're like, let's go play some.
And that was when it was in Chicago, and it was 8 hours.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a long drive for sure. Yeah. It wasn't quite 8 hours, but close enough. Like,
well, 8 hours.
I guess it depended on the traffic, I suppose. Yeah, fair.
You got to eat,
and you had to stop to eat too. That's also. Although Miles and I did not stop and eat on Thursday. I was a grumpy boy, and I'm glad I got to eat later. But yeah, I was like, it's just like Miles, can we eat, please? No, he was.
Please, sir,
good.
May I have a morsel?
It was kind of that like we're getting in around 7. Maybe we could just wait, hold off, but it worked. It worked out. It was fine.
Okay,
we got to eat with the fellas. But anyway, so Wednesday was just set up. There was random stuff firing. I'm sure. I think GW announced all their crap that night.
Yep.
Which was interesting because that ballroom was up by the historicals. So every once in a while you get invaded by all of the hardcore gamers for whatever thing was being announced. I think we saw the War Machine guys all going up there, and I think we saw the Star Wars guys. Well, no, just the like the announcement ballroom where they were doing all the presentations was right next to it. So it was kind of like every once in a while just be a nut house up there. You're like, what is going on? And you're like,
were you guys all the way up at the 3rd level?
Yeah. So
same spot as last year.
Yep. So 3rd floor, carpet. Nice chairs. It was a little darker than I was hoping it would be, but otherwise,
I think it's 4th floor actually.
It is. It was 4th floor. Yeah, the 3rd floor is like a weird, just like
half floor or something.
Yeah, stairs. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so all the way up. I also wish they'd open up that balcony. That balcony would have been nice to open. I guess it's dependent on the weather, but
they had it open last year. Well, at least 1 or 2 of the days, but we had really nice days.
Yeah, yes, I was going to say it was a little cooler and rainy. We had one really super windy day, but anyway, we'll get to that. So we all just chilled. Thursday, you guys drove in, and what happened? You played in the
Combat Patrol, yeah. So we got in. Well, we were supposed to have a hotel room ready at noon, and that did not happen.
Wow,
so I ran. So my wife and I. Well, my wife drove around, and I ran in to get registered.
Sure.
And then I wanted a Magna Rack for my Pack Go, so I just ducked into the vendor hall quick and got that. But then we got back out there, and it's like, well, I want to put this together someplace, and my wife's like, hey, let's go down by the lake. We can see the lake. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was windy as fuck. I mean, seriously, it had to be 50-mile-an-hour winds. And so I was trying to put this Magna Rack together in the back.
And you're on the lake.
And I'm on the lake, and it's outside, and I was like, this is bullshit. I just threw it all in the thing, and it's like, I don't even care right now.
This is a problem for a future Jeff. Like,
yes, exactly. I was like, my hands
in the wind.
My hands are numb. It's like, forget it. So, yeah. So then I came back and dicked around until the Combat Patrol, and
like 3 p.m.
Yeah, 3 p.m.
Okay.
3 p.m. There are 3 rounds and list building rules. Let's see here. It's 500 points. You could not have an air observer or an artillery observer, and you couldn't have any vehicles over 8, I believe.
Yeah,
you
couldn't have 8 max. Yep.
Yeah, R8 max, and you couldn't have more than 3 vehicles total.
Yep.
So
is it 500 points?
500
platoons.
points. Yeah, 500 points.
Max 3 platoons as well.
And max 3 platoons. Yeah.
So
that's like teaching your kid brother level of army list.
You might think so, but I actually brought like.
You had a shit ton of dudes.
I had a shit ton of dudes because they're all inexperienced. So we got 3 full rifle squads, MMG squads was the 2 MMGs in it, 2 bazookas, a light mortar, and
Partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, right. So, but anyway, so we gathered up and we played for our first game.
So how many order dice did you have for that?
Whatever the max was, 8 or 9.
It was 9 dice is the max.
Yeah.
Rick, did you play in that one too?
I did not. We were still driving in.
Right.
Yeah, I was not prepared to.
You were doing the Monty Python, the night running thing, where he's like blitz running, and then you snip back and he keeps running from the beginning. Yeah, so you're on your way there.
Yeah. Yes, it took us a while to get there. No, it was. I thought about. I think Ian and Kevin were there. I think they got there Wednesday evening, but I needed the extra day to not lose all my PTO. So
and husband points.
Yes, both. Though my wife was very accommodating this year. We've been doing a lot of traveling, so she was kind of like, maybe you should go do this, and encouraged me to go do it. So,
nice.
Which is great, nice. I think she's already basically given me the green light for next year. So,
is this the first time post-pandemic that you've been to Adepticon?
I think so.
That might have been some of it too.
Well, she doesn't give 2 craps about what the thing is I'm going to, right? She doesn't understand what Adepticon is, but she definitely was like, you deserve to get out of the house a little more. So
nice.
Our kids are getting older,
yep, that
right?
helps.
That's as much a deal as the pandemic is. Our kids are old enough where they can kind of take care of themselves a little bit. So
right,
don't have 2 little babies
on fire. Yeah,
exactly. So it's a little bit easier to get out of the house these days, which is nice. So game 1 was at 3-ish.
3-ish, yeah.
What was the scenario like?
All these scenarios are kind of all variations of the same. Go out and grab objectives,
okay,
and kill people.
Sure.
Just different variations of that.
Bolt actioning.
Yeah, bolt actioning. That's right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So anyway, I played. Friend of the podcast, August Tadano. I always, yeah, Tadeo. Thank you, Tadeo. Potato? What?
Potato. It's just Tato.
Today?
I just call him August because
Yeah.
Is he still? He must.
He is
still in the service,
still
right?
in Germany, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Not
okay. So he flew over to play an Adepticon.
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
Was his brother there too? Because I know they tried to meet
I
together.
did not see his brother there, but he might have been there, and I just didn't recognize him.
Interesting.
Because I am terrible with names and faces and everything. So.
Me too, bud.
But anyway, it was a really great game actually, and he beat me.
I was gonna say he's really good.
He's really good. He's like, normally you catch people unprepared, or they might make mistakes. He did not make any mistakes. It was
I'm sure not.
It was really good. So, and we've seen him. We know him also from a couple WTCs and WoW Open War and everything. He's a hell of a good player. So, anyway, he kind of. I don't want to say he stopped me, but he definitely. There was no doubt. There was no doubt.
He didn't give you a glimmer of hope that you would pull one out in the last order dice?
No, I don't think so. No.
Nice.
But yeah, he was a great player. So I don't mind if I lose to him.
It's kind of sucks he drew that stick as the first round.
Well, it was going to be the first round or the last round,
Sure. That's fair.
I hate because you play somebody who's inexperienced at bolt action. You can stop them, and your second round is like you get the mix of everything, and the third round is like, cool. Now we're going to play somebody who actually knows what they're doing. But if we tie like we did last year, then we knock each other out, and no one gets anything.
Right. Fair.
And it's like
it's tough with 3 games to get.
It's tough with 3 games.
Yeah, it was a bigger tournament too, correct? Like it seemed like
it was
a big turnout.
I feel like it's 48 or 54 or something like that.
Let me go look.
Go look. I don't know.
We're going to talk about this.
That's huge draw for bolt action.
Yeah, it was.
How are the tables this year?
I thought they were pretty good. They were better than last year.
Okay, good. Because last year they were kind of meh.
Yeah, I didn't get any super open or super funky tables. So
okay.
So it looks like there were about 50 players.
Yeah,
50 signed up.
Yeah, we'll get into. Well, maybe we'll just talk about it now because they made us sign up for this XP network thing, which is like a weird reward system for playing in tournaments, which is cool. Like the idea of it's cool. There's some concept. The idea of a concept is cool, but how it's achieved is really shitty. But anyway, the combat patrol they never finished out, so you can't actually see how it ended.
Well, I'm glad they made you sign up for that.
Right. Yeah. Well, which doubles down a little bit because I think they have to complete it for Jeff to get the points.
And again, I don't really care about the points.
I was going to say because Jeff is hinging on the points to get some more plastic.
Yeah, right. I have enough stuff.
52 players. I miscounted apparently.
Okay,
but still, it's whatever. It is what it is. We'll talk about it some more.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yep.
So it just sucks that it's not completed, so you can't see what happened, how it finished.
I would like to know because we were Ian and I were counting the people out. So they give the best to general and they give the best access and ally and all that stuff, and then they just after that it's cool because they just call your name out in order and you come up and get a prize, right? And
so based on how you finish, you.
Exactly, and I was thinking, Ian and I were we're 9th or 10th maybe, but we don't know that. So, I'd love to hear how I did because that was just how I did.
Right? Yeah. It's nice to know where you finish.
I know, right? So,
no, you played Americans.
I played an experienced American, so
it's kind of like Finnish, I guess.
It's
Finnish,
like
No,
that's okay. I think I'm going to retire that American Army for V3, and I'm just going to start another army. So
another American Army. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Unless they change something.
Yeah, they might change something. I think we saw the reason why things might change. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was game 1.
Yeah.
It was against August.
Round 2. God bless you. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, dude, it's a whirlwind of people. So
it's a whirlwind of people, and it's it's a
If only the TO would give you something that you could record who you.
Well, here's the thing. It's his name on thing is Fitz 7671. So
Right. So whoever you are, you're cool.
You're cool. It's just
Maybe he just goes by 7'6".
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking that as I was looking at this, I'm like, yeah, all of these people have dumbass names. Like, no offense to you, like they're screen names. Like everyone wants to know who they actually played against.
Well, I mean, we had
MV88.
I mean, I have SNAFU Jeff, and you had SNAFU Rick. We're pretty.
Well, but at least our first fucking.
No, that's what I mean. Though we you could figure out who the hell we are.
Right.
Yes.
Like terrain, the moose and reef. Who the hell? Like, who are you? Dookie shoes.
Well, we know who Moose is. Sea Moose.
Exactly.
No, Sea Moose is in here, dude. That's a different name.
Oh, okay. So there's a Moose.
There's a couple mooses. Moose.
I thought there could only be Meese.
Meese?
Right. Some of these
more moose.
there's a terrain beast. Like, yeah, I mean that's just welcome to anything online. Nobody wants to use their real names for any of this shit. But
it's tougher to diss somebody if they know your real name.
Right.
No, it's true.
Right. That's fair. Good point.
I'm a celebrated smack talker when I can remember the words. So
Perfect.
But anyway, I played round 2 against him. He was. He was overwhelmed by my guys. That's all I can say.
Okay.
We won, and we won that one.
Okay.
And then round 3, spoiler alert, I did play in fact Moose and Reef. So
okay.
He was my third opponent. So and I won that one too. So the thing is, bolt action combat patrol. I learned this last year. It's a lot about having an infantry and taking stuff.
Sure.
So I just figured I just have the most infantry I could have, and just whatever, just sit on objectives and whatever.
They didn't tag you for spamming infantry?
It was
amazingly no. I did not get tagged for spamming infantry because everybody was inexperienced. So I figured.
Yeah.
I figured.
I also think that they laid off on that a little bit this year.
Yeah.
Having seen some of the lists that showed up in the teams tournament, they laid off a bit this year.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, V3 still early-ish as the rest of these books get out. You got to let it breathe a little bit before you start clamping.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved for at least one of the lists to get a little bit neutered, but that's a different. Yeah, whatever. We'll get there.
We'll get there. But yeah, but it's a fun event. It's I'm probably going to play we'll get to it too, but I'll probably play in one or either, not both. It's just got to be a really long 2 days.
for sure.
And it's hard because it's like, if I don't play, what am I supposed to do? Like shop the vendor hall for 8 hours? But if I do play, it's like you don't get to go in the vendor hall at all. And it's like,
that's the problem. Yeah, that was my dilemma.
They used to have a lot of really good hobby seminars that I liked to attend when I was, first getting in the hobby and didn't really know a lot about painting and doing stuff. Those kind of got really weird.
They also got really fucking expensive.
That's the problem.
The last one I went to, a guy was talking about picturing autumn leaves rolled up on a chain link fence, and I'm like, you guys know we do word games here, right?
Was he high as shit or what?
No, he's just an artist.
Okay, well,
yeah.
High as shit, yeah. That he was licking the lead paint.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember Jason Nelson took one where a guy was talking about, doing whatever painting freehand he was doing, and he asked him, well, how would you do if you were going to say do 10 of the same guys? He's like, oh, I would never do 10 of the same thing. It's like, do you know where you are?
These people paint 1,000 miniatures, and you're like, I will paint one.
They'll paint the same one 50 times sometimes.
Yeah, no.
For
that's
that
funny.
dreaded uniform appearance, and then he's like, no, I would never paint the same model more than once. It's like, okay, maybe this guy doesn't need to be here at this particular event.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's some D&D want paintings, and you're right.
Don't get the Golden Demon Winter to pretend he can teach something when he's literally spending 6 to 8 months on a single model. Now, granted, they look phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah,
but just because you can do doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a good teach.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
So, but yeah, what do you do if you're not playing events? You can't spend all your money at Vendor Hall all the time.
Right. It's like I wish there were more like events that either happen in the evening or like happen from like 6 p.m. to like I don't know exactly.
Well, they have that board game library.
They do. They have lots of stuff to do. Like
They do.
There's like one-off events that fire all the time, right? We could go do, you did Leviathan one time.
We
could
watched
have gone
that
and
boat
done some
thing
of those
last time. Whatever
We
that
did
was.
watch that. Although I got to say that there was a whole lot of bookkeeping and not a lot of action.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you got to find the right games. But like, we could have definitely wandered around more and found different game systems.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, I could bring something on and be on the free play too, and just
yep.
go wild up there. But
Yeah, there's more to do than just the vendor hall for sure.
yeah,
And I was to say on Sunday I was in that one vendor outside with all the bins and shit, and that place was like I could have spent 6 hours in
Bits
there.
place.
Yeah, the bits guy, but he just had treasure troves of shit in there. Like I could have wandered through there I could have dug through bins for hours, but
And all the stuff that isn't in bits is all MSRP, if not higher.
No, it was actually relatively inexpensive for most of a lot of it was inexpensive.
For the bit stuff, or like he actually had like kits last time.
He had a shit ton of boxes. Like he had like 50 Conflict 47 boxes, and they were all 25% off, and they were like the new ones. Like,
oh, that's
no,
new. This
damn,
year.
that's new.
yeah, I know.
I had the same opinion as Pat when we went through there last year, so I didn't even go in there.
Jesus, I
No,
can get this cheaper on Amazon. What am I doing here?
There definitely was. There were deals to be had. I don't know if they were all deals, but there were definitely deals to be had. Especially I saw the Warlord stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, if I need any of this
just
shit,
get this much."
yeah, right." I was like, "Damn!" Like, apparently he hates Conflict 47 that much, or just I don't know.
I'm still itching to play a game of that. Honestly,
I have a 1,500 point list we can play anytime,
I don't have a 1,500 point list,
but you can soon enough.
Yeah, yeah. I need a kick in the hobby motivational nuts here.
Yeah, no, that's what did it for me was signing up for Conflict 47. I was like, oh shit, I guess I better get a list together. Fine. But,
How many order dice in 1,500 points?
the one that I've played, the one
you put together. The list you put
spoiler alert: I did not play in the Conflict 47 tournament that I signed up for.
That's a huge spoiler.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll talk about it in a minute as to why.
All right, we promised a lot of stuff to get to. We should probably
12. I think it was 12 order dice with 5 rift dice. I think.
Okay.
I intentionally tried to keep it low because of the round timing and stuff. I was like, I can't play more than 12 dice in this. Mm-hmm. It was kind of absurd.
That's the thing. It's the thing I wish more people understood. More players understood.
Well, TOs need to understand it too. Like, I think this is just as much in the TOs as the players, to be honest. I'm going and looking at my list right now. 12 order dice and 5 rift dice. There we go.
Okay.
But I did have 2 13-man marine blobs that I was going to have to fucking move around, so that was a thing too. I was like, I don't know anything about this, but they were going to absorb a lot of shots. Mm-hmm. So anyway, did we get through all of the combat patrol? Or
we did.
All right.
Yeah. So it sounded like you finished top 10, right around.
Right around there. Yeah. I'll wait for them to finish up the scoring on this, but yeah, I was somewhere around.
Given how long it's been, I think it's as finished as they're doing.
Yeah, narrator says it's never going to be completed, is what I hear. Though that's kind of bullshit. They should finish it so you get your points, even though they don't mean anything. But still, someday
it's like whose line is it anyway?
Yeah,
the
points don't matter.
The points don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, there's stuff you can get. There was way more stuff. It's funny. When I first signed up for it, and we were like Jeff, you sent me a thing like, hey, you got to sign up for this dumb thing. And I signed up for it. There was a lot of prizes, and now there's 4. So, yeah. And they're all really expensive prizes compared to what they were.
Yeah.
Like, you could get like a box of infantry for like, I don't know what it was, like 5,000 to 8,000 points or something.
Play 2 years worth of tournaments to have get enough points for them to then cancel the program.
I mean, I played in one tournament. I have 4,000 points. The introductory set is 34,000 points. So I mean, it's not that bad. If you played a lot, it would probably, and all the tournaments required this, it would probably add up quick. But that's
all right. I'll look at it.
I don't know. I think it's a little silly.
Who's this coming from? Do you know?
I don't. I mean, it's sponsored by Warlord. Warlord, it's Warlord shit in here, and it's Warlord is the company that's behind the tournaments. So I don't know exactly who's pushing. I can tell you actually.
Our featured partners.
Jay. I don't remember Jay's last name, but Jay was the one in charge of all of the organization for Warlord at Adepticon this year. So I'm assuming he had some role to play in it. So.
Yep.
I'm sure we're not the only one that's kind of ripped on it a little bit. Now, that being said, it is brand new. Who knows? We'll see what happens the next year or so.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised I didn't get a heads up about that if it was actually a Warlord thing.
Well, they gave it to it as we were signing up for stuff. They're like, hey, by the way, you have to sign up for this thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
Yeah, so let's talk the doubles event. The doubles event was actually very well attended this year too. I was trying to look at how many teams there were standings. There were 44 teams, so there were 88 players at the doubles event, which was pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible, actually.
44 teams.
Yes, sir.
Yikes. Yeah.
So it was a big. So my first impression was I told Jeff this. I told him, I'm like, I feel like I'm on an airplane and there's no luggage space left.
Yeah.
Because they for some reason crammed us in so fucking tight. There was no room between tables, and there's two people on each side of the table, and it's like, dude, I was sweating my nuts off the whole day.
Did everyone have a chair?
Mostly.
For the most part, I feel like you could probably find a chair if you wanted one. Jeff had a chair the whole time. I was standing most of the time.
Yeah, and I also guarded that chair zealously.
You did, yeah. But there were definitely a couple rounds where I had a dude his fucking half their team was on our table. Jeff was pulling people's models off our table. Can you please not have these on our table?
Or can I have them during my game?
Or can we use them? Yes, or can we use them, please? That was my biggest feedback is we were watching the whole time. I don't know, the Blood Red Sky ship happening behind us I don't think I saw a single soul over there. They probably had 10 tables worth of shit that was basically just not being used. So
I think they were doing it at a different time or some shit.
They must have. I don't know.
Because I saw some guys, some reports from Adepticon on YouTube, and these guys this Blood Red Sky thing was awesome, and it's like, what the hell were you talking about? I was in that room the whole damn time, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, right.
I never saw one plane.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't. I don't.
Exactly.
Don't remember seeing anybody.
Exactly.
All right. So our round one opponents were Joe and Josh.
Sounds pretty vanilla.
They were good. They were good guys. They were having a good time.
They were having a good time.
Were they local or had they come in?
You're asking questions.
Yeah,
I want asking questions.
Usually people will say at least a minimum. We drove in, we flew in.
I think they were from Wisconsin, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Okay. I think you're right. That sounds right. One of our opponents was from Wisconsin.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, so this scenario was this is a funny one because it was D3 plus 3 or D3 plus 4 objectives.
D3 plus 4 objectives.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't want to chase after objectives, so I'm going to let Rick roll this because he always rolls minimum.
Right, that way you get 5.
I rolled max.
Nice. So first time recorded history. There you go.
Yep. So 7. So we had 7 objectives on the table. Which is also funny. We had to bring our own objectives. I wish somebody had told us that. Thankfully, Jeff and I both had our SNAFU objectives with us. So we had objective markers, but they could have told us that. I guess I don't know. Maybe we should have just known that. I have no idea.
Sorry, but the TO inside me is just raging against the machine there.
Right. Well, especially because like they could be different sizes, all sorts of crazy shit. Like,
Right.
But we just happened to have. We had 2 sets of the SNAFU ones.
Yeah, SNAFU poker chips. So.
The poker chips.
Oh, God, I always have at least a half dozen of those in one of my
yeah,
bags.
Exactly.
So I had 5 and Jeff had 5, so we had enough to cover the objectives, which worked out
And the
great.
table next to you, it's probably.
Almost.
No, actually.
No, we didn't. Yeah, because we had 7 of them on our table. But yeah, we ended up. So obviously, you place the objectives before you know what side you're on. We ended up with the better of the 2 sides, and ended up.
Yeah, we had.
Spoiler alert: we took the objectives. Maybe we should talk about our lists.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
let's go back.
So 1,600 points, right?
1,600 points, max 20 dice. You can
Okay.
have 1 armored platoon.
Was there a cap on the artillery platoons at all? Just the armored.
There was no caps on the artillery platoons, as far as I think. You could each have 1 artillery observer or air observer.
Okay.
Like each player could. I read that as each team could only have 1, but you could have 2. So
it wasn't clear.
No, it was.
No,
clear.
it was
I
clear.
read
We
it
just
wrong.
misread it.
Oh, okay. So it's your ability to read. Okay.
Yeah.
That happens. Hey, you
Yeah.
read the pack. I'm eternally grateful on behalf of the TO that you actually read the pack.
Yeah, we tried. We tried our best.
Even if you read it incorrectly, you still read it. That's,
Right.
That's like showing your work and getting half credit.
I constantly was asking, what time is shit happening? What time do I have to be there? Where, like, when does this thing end? Like, all sorts of shit like that. But overall, it was not bad. Yeah, so you could all have 20 order dice. You may have as many things as you wanted. You could split it however you wanted. However, like, there were requirements. If you weren't within a certain range, you couldn't win certain awards and stuff.
Yeah, you could, I think it was usually you can't win best painted if you're not within 100 of each other.
I was blown away. There was some freaking amazing good painted armies there. It was
Sense there again this year?
He was not. He was playing something else, I think. He would have been. There would have been a run for his money though, because there were some freaking awesome looking armies there. So
Nice. I like it.
yeah, that was really really good. Yeah, you can have. None of your shit affects the your teammates' shit. Like, right, medics don't count, officers don't count.
Sure.
Like, that kind of
Your
stuff.
army's your army, their army's their army,
exactly.
but you're just fighting for the same goal.
Yep. Then was there anything, like, did they require certain leaders to be, like,
they had
commanders
to
to
be
be the right leadership level or whatever?
Yes.
They do that whole, you got to have the same morale as 50% of your troops thing. That's a Chicago Dice thing
That's
across
fine.
the board.
It was just not that big a deal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Were you guys both playing Americans?
We both had Americans.
We were.
Okay.
I was playing veterans, and you were playing regulars?
Marines, yep.
Yeah.
Regular Marines, yep. So,
Did you bring any bars?
Nope.
no, we didn't. And that we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep.
But yeah, so I had just a bunch of vanilla dudes, 2 Stewarts, one with a flamethrower, one with all the pew pew pews, all the LMGs and shit.
Yeah, right.
What else did I have? I had a truck. We had 3 bazookas. Right, Jeff had 2.
Yep.
I had 1. You had an LMG squad.
And 3 rifle squads minimum, but 6
veteran.
Yep. A medic, an Air Force forward observer, because I like comedy, and a light mortar team.
It wasn't a comedy. You fucked up with that thing.
Yeah, I say we did that practice list, and you were like, huh.
Yeah.
And again, we'll wait till the end.
Yeah, wait till the end. Yeah.
All right,
That's
all right.
Yeah.
I'm a bated breath here.
Yeah.
But this time, that Air Force observer just absolutely erected guys. I think it just zigs and zags and.
Did they have flak in there?
No.
That's going
to be a theme.
Jeez, guys.
But so,
I guess episode 115 we'll talk about flak 101 then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a shit ton of infantry.
We had a shit ton of infantry.
Nice. Okay.
Which I think caught our first opponent off guard quite a bit.
Yep.
So you had the armored platoon, right, Rick?
Yeah, I had an armor platoon, and then I had
but
4
you had some light
squads.
cheapies, though.
What's that?
You had some of the lighter, cheaper.
Yeah.
tanks
So
out there.
I mean, again, that actually played a role. It's 200 and whatever it was, 270 points, I think, of armor.
Mm-hmm.
But
That sounds right.
it soaked up a shit ton of fire.
Yes.
And
Right.
people were scared shitless of it. and it was great.
Vehicle flamethrower, yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yep.
I think the flamethrower fired once.
Yeah, and it didn't kill anybody.
That sounds right.
But like I took a fucking. It did actually run out of fuel that time too. But I think it then got immobilized after that anyway, so it wasn't getting anywhere near anything. But like, right, it took a 76 Sherman on the chin like 4 turns in a row.
Yep.
And
I think it took a Firefly on the chin.
Yeah, it was the Firefly was trying to crack the armor. I'm like, it wasn't. They were not getting through it.
Well, or he put the first hole right through it because you rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he knocked it. Yeah, he
double penetrated.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Fucking like just went right in the front and right out the back.
Hit nothing of consequence apparently.
Through.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I mean I didn't hate it for what it was doing. Right, it was definitely eating up a lot of people's attention for not a lot of points. Really,
rightfully so. Though.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah. I don't think we saw, other than the Firefly. Yeah, we saw a Firefly. We saw a Sherman.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 scariest things we saw.
How big was the Sherman? Was that a medium howitzer?
No, it was a 76.
Yeah,
that's not terrifying.
I mean, it did its job eventually, but that was the last game anyway. We'll talk about that one when we get there. Yeah. That one had other themes too.
Anyway, there, damn it! Come on.
Yeah, the first game, we were just able to out infantry them. Right, we could wave. We were reenacting the Civil War, where my guys would move through Jeff's guys, and then we'd shoot, and then he'd move through my guys, and we'd shoot, and we basically just ended up on the objectives. And there wasn't much they could do to stop us. They didn't have once we basically took all of their infantry off the table.
Yes,
and that was it. We have nothing to take objectives. Yeah. They saw it. They saw it very well. They're like, so that was the first game.
Yep.
Second game was see how far you can get your shit across the table. It's worth more points that they're in their deployment zone and they're back and forth. Oh, one of the things we had to call out in that first scenario was actually kind of an interesting thing, and people didn't notice it, was that if you and your teammate both had things sitting on an objective and it was claimed on your side, you'd score double points for it.
Yeah.
So people were not paying attention to that, whereas if you have a unit and I have a unit, we score 2 points.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that played. It didn't really. We had 5 of the 7 objectives, so it didn't matter. But
it could have.
Right, we were able to have multiple things on top of the objectives to score a lot more
So they're
points.
still kind of really honing in on the fact that it's a team tournament.
Yeah. I liked that piece of it.
They did the whole both of you have to claim the objective before it's yours thing.
Ooh, that's brutal.
that sucked, and they changed that.
Okay, so they got some good feedback on that.
Yeah,
yeah. This seemed way better than that. That would have been awful.
Yes, and it was. Believe me.
Sorry,
it was rough.
I just saw that there is a maximum of 1 artillery platoon. By the way, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't see that before, but I just
sounded like neither one of you had one anyway.
We did it. I think, spoiler alert, I don't think we saw one.
No, I don't think we did either.
It's because artillery platoons in V3 have lost their way.
Just say suck.
Yeah. They are the suck.
Yeah. I only had a single platoon to hold things.
Yeah.
Every time I brought an artillery platoon, it is not done well. It's underperformed, and it's easily mitigated.
Right.
Correct.
Yep. So second one was, it's like I said, it was getting your shit further along. The more you can get your guys up, the better.
Yep. So like a double envelopment sort of scenario, but not going off the board.
Yeah.
Kind of. You're worth 1 if you're within 12 inches, 2 if it's worth 24, 3 if it's 36, and 4 if it's basically in their deployment zone. So,
okay. But there was also you scored double points if you control the entire zone.
Yeah, or something like that.
It's there was something where if you controlled the whole stripe, your opponent, you got way more points for it.
So it wasn't quarters; it was just across the whole.
Right, stripes all the way across. Yeah,
stripes all the way across. Yeah.
Yep.
The gridiron gets football across the 50.
Yep,
basically.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it ended up. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. I don't remember your names. Hold on. Give me 1 second. They were Russell and Dave. Which they were. It was a little. It was fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
They were local.
I don't. I think they were from. God.
I think they were. They were not. I don't. You
guys are awesome at small talk.
Dude, we did ask them. We talked to them.
Okay.
We just don't remember.
There's a lot going on, and there was a lot.
There is a shitload going on. There's a shitload of people being loud.
Yep.
And
we were all on top of each other.
Right, and we're on top of each other, and I was focused on the game.
That's the Butts. I think I get that magazine. What?
Yeah.
That's the Butts. Jeez. Don't unsubscribe.
Right?
No, I actually, Dave was the bald guy. Russell had the longer hair with the glasses. I know who you are. Like, I recognize and remember their faces. I don't remember where they're from.
Right.
Would wave at him again.
Yeah. They also, I think they might have been from near Chicago. I think, maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, they were fine. They playing, were they both Americans?
I thought he was British, but maybe he was American.
No, there was a Brit. You're right. There was a Brit list and an American list in there. So, and he had Russell had a armor platoon, had some weird stuff in it. I'm trying to remember what all was in there. He had like a machine gun truck, and then he had a multi-launcher.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can't remember what else he had.
Any meat choppers?
No.
Not in that list.
Not in that list.
Okay. Yeah, not in that list. Highlight of that was that there was a giant fucking church on this board.
Yeah.
Took up like a quarter of the table. Like we agreed upon it being
have that
like
table.
Yeah, right. Everyone has this church apparently. Right, we got through the terrain stuff. And we agreed that it was multiple rooms and or multiple buildings.
Correctly so.
Right. We ended up with it, and the fucking multi-launcher was on the other side of the table. So it was like, oh, shit, yeah, like you can target that giant pieces of that giant building to fuck us up. So,
yep, but he never did, though, because he targeted, but he never hit.
He did not roll a single six the whole time with that. Yeah, but we...
Yeah.
Yeah. My highlight is he was trying to, towards the end, he tried to run I think it was a truck up and with a guy in it to like get extra points, and he missed that I had the machine gun teams on ambush.
Oh,
and he ran right into my face, and I was like, "Sweet."
You're like, click.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. He's like, "Oh shit."
It's like, I forgot you had those on ambush. Shit. It's like, thank you.
Yeah, worked out well. That was a highlight of that one for sure.
In a tournament, you don't go, "Hey, you realize that this is on ambush, right?"
No.
Yeah. No. You wait till he moves it, and then I think they recognized it was like, I don't think it was a chippy game. It was trying to be very clean.
Yep.
And I screwed something up early in the game. I fucked something up and moved something before I should have moved it. And I was like, my brain was like, got in a weird stuck spot where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that, and tried to move them back. And they're like, well, you've measured and moved. I'm like, yeah, you're totally right. Yep. I agree. And I was a good sport about it and put the shit, like it blocked up a whole bunch of stuff. But I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, but it was a little, I won't call it ticky-tacky, but it felt a little bit like I was on edge a little bit about like, play the game very clean with these guys. They're a little more careful about it than we are. So anyway, to a degree, there was some other stuff that happened in there, but it's not what we're talking about. But both great guys. They had fun. I think I had fun. I don't know about you, Jeff, but
I had fun.
I think they also recognized they're like, fuck, they have a lot of infantry and they're moving up and we can't stop them. So there was, I think I saw Dave at one point going kind of like, huh, I don't know how we can get through all of this as we're just basically cutting stuff down.
Did he do the Akbar when he was like, there's too many of them?
Not quite like that, but you could see him talking to
He's
Russell,
like,
and he was like,
there's just too many bodies to stop.
The thing is veterans American, veteran anything, like, they don't get taken off the table very often.
No.
Like, I had one of my, six-man units down to one guy, but he stayed, and he's like, well, it doesn't count any points then.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I think that was another theme of the weekend, is that my shit died a lot more than your shit died.
Yeah, I
think that's okay.
Yeah, I think I lost like 4 order dice the entire tournament, so...
my shit was definitely the meat shield.
Yes, yours was definitely...
I think we called this like early on. This version is the veteran version.
Yes.
I didn't mind the regular guys. It's like because we had the veteran infantry to back it up.
Yes.
Like my shit was
Sure,
dying,
yeah.
but it was also that meant they were literally focusing the fire on shit they
Right,
thought they
killing
could
what you
kill.
could
Yes.
kill.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like, which was great. Like I'll absorb the fire, and then Jeff was cleaning up behind me. It ended up being for the most part okay. Like,
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, we lost some dice, but how do you not expect to lose some dice in a 1,600 point list? Like
You may have lost the dice, but you didn't lose the war.
no, exactly. We lost, we lost some bazookas here and there. I lost some squads going in, being a little bit more bold, knowing that Jeff had shit behind me that was going to be fine. Right. So I'd run a unit in there and try and shoot shit up, and then I'd get eaten up afterwards. Like it was fine. Like I think we traded pretty well for the most part.
I thought so,
Did
yeah.
you guys finish every game in time?
No.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Not even
okay.
close.
Not
All
even.
right. That sounds accurate.
Two and a half hour rounds.
I'm guessing you might have gotten to round 4 in one of the games.
We got to round 5, at least 5 in one of the games.
We got,
Okay.
we got to 5 in one of the games, and we got to 4.
We might have
in
gotten to
another.
5. I think we might have
We
gotten
might
to
have
5 in
got
2 of our
2 of
games.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not all of them.
All right, so
We
you guys
didn't
are
get through the
2-0 right now.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. So we finished 2-0 so far. Theme of the weekend is apparently just playing the fuck out of Americans. We played one Brit, and then the rest of the things we played against was Americans. I think.
Yep.
Considering how soft their book is, that surprises me.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about
Let's
third
talk
round
about the
here.
one list that's actually really good for Americans, which
All right.
which I've
So,
also
yeah.
I did at the last tournament, so
Yeah.
I
So
know.
John and Cody were game 3 opponents, and I know they were from Chicago, because they were Chicago Dice guys. Yeah, this was. I think I didn't like this scenario. I honestly
No,
didn't like
I
this
hated
scenario
it.
much either.
Hated it.
It was like scalps, but way like you get more points if you kill these things, and like it was just a mess.
So
Like,
okay,
I
you
wanted it
get
to be
1
easier.
point if you kill anything. Then you
Yeah.
get 2 points if you kill like a small team, like a something or another. You get 3 points if you kill an officer or something, and you get 4 points if you kill like a company commander or some shit like that.
Yep.
So it's like
Huh?
cool.
Yeah. It's a mess. Like
But,
it was like.
but there's
a lot
nothing
of
there's nothing to
scorekeeping.
force you to go to the middle.
Right, there was no reason to ever like advance on the table, and the terrain that we had at this this table.
That was there was the one table I was like, this is dog shit table. Sorry.
Yeah, so it was a train running down the middle, and then had a bunch of dense terrain on the sides. But it was like a giant fucking no man's land in the middle with a little bit of there was cover there, but it was still like the shoot here army was going to fuck it up. Like then it kind of was the moral of the story here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so like we agree. Like okay, well let's talk about their list. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was 2 8-man. So we're going to basically they're kind of mirror images of each other. They're 2 8-man regular squads, I think,
Yeah.
of American just rifle dudes. 2 half tracks. Were they scout? They were scout cars, or were they were the
They're the
14s?
tracked. They're tracked.
Yeah, the smaller
Half
tracked.
tracked, they're half
The M2s.
Yeah, half tracked. Yeah, with an HMG on top of them.
Yep.
They each had 2 of those. So there's
course.
because those are fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't remember what
He had
John had.
The
also had some
armor
other shit in
platoon though was 2 of the M15s with the
the meat
auto
choppers,
cannon-
yeah.
the autocannons.
No. Yeah, the autocannons and the 2 HMGs.
Yes.
Yeah,
Two
I
of
thought that was
those.
the meat chopper.
No, that's the
No,
4
the meat chopper's
HMGs.
got the 4 HMGs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is just as good, if not.
This is
better.
the vehicle chopper.
That's the vehicle chopper. Yeah, 2 of them.
I
and-
have 2 of them on most of my American list. Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah.
he also had a Sherman, I think.
Yeah, he's the one that had the 76 as well.
Yeah, he's yeah.
That's the right one.
Yep. So anyway, basically, like they rolled onto the board because they have a half track, so they can roll onto the board into the rough terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And
And,
then
they
just sat there.
they sat at 12. They moved up 9 inches or whatever, and they just sat there and pounding the shit
Sorry,
out of
what
us.
was the scenario on this one?
Kill stuff.
Kill stuff.
Just straight
kill
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
dawn
you
attack
get more
or whatever
points.
it is.
You get more points if you
Oh, okay.
kill
Right,
certain
right.
things.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
right.
Yep.
So like there's no incentive to move up. They're out firing us the whole way.
Oh yeah. Because they got fucking HMGs, so they can shoot 48. And then they got HMGs more because they got shoot 48, and they got like the autocannons which can shoot 48, and then you got the fucking Sherman that can shoot 62 or whatever.
So you only hope
really
with a few pins and a FUBAR to get them to roll back off.
Yeah, well, that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got them.
That's a poor strategy.
No, we got them to make a FUBAR, but he was in dense terrain anyway. And he doesn't have the real directional steering, so he just rolled back a little bit.
Just clicked back 4 inches.
Yeah, he was fine because he moved up 9.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, fuck. And so it was like, by turn 2, I looked at Rick and I was like, there was nothing we can do because my airstrikes would be like, yeah, that'll come in.
They got flapped right off.
It just got fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why I love the M15s.
No, I know they're good.
They're very very good. So they just shot the shit out of us because there was nothing we could do except we just went down and hid behind shit and tried hold on, and we couldn't quite hold on.
Nope, there was a couple they were able to get a couple things, and then I think they recognized we had so much stuff.
Yes.
That it was really hard for us to hide it all.
Yes.
That was the other problem. We were like, we don't have a place to put everything.
Yeah.
It's rough that you guys got a shanky terrain table in the last time.
I honestly don't know if the table makes a difference in this scenario with the list that they had.
No, I don't think with the list they had, they just outranged us. And that was
I would say their list sounds like a lot what I run. So
yeah. Exactly. It's normally what I run too. The Americans, it's the best list.
Yeah. Now
and really, it's the only list. But
so this is where I believe that they weren't gate checking redundant or duplicating things. Like this list was running. I mean, they ran half track spam or ran multiple fucking
4 half tracks and 2 vehicle choppers and I felt like I was like that. If any list was going to be comped by the TOs, that would have been one of them. Yeah. But I mean, maybe they just were like, I don't care either. Who knows? Yeah. They're great guys. They're super great guys.
It wasn't a great game though.
Yeah, we just couldn't do anything, and that's
you got a bad scenario.
It's a little frustrating when you can't do anything, right? But so goes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if there was a way. I don't even think perfect play. I don't even think we could. I don't know if there was a way we could have won that scenario.
No,
the list.
We had to move up so goddamn far because we just had rifles because we did not take EBARs.
Right. Yeah.
And even those would have been 36 inches or 30 inches. So I still would have had to move up and get shot shot to shit. So I don't think
And the Stewarts did not perform in that game for shit. He was able to pin them with the.
They have 3 or 4 of the M15s. They have 2 each.
2. No,
they had 2 each.
No.
Oh no! Sorry, not the M15s.
Because you can only have 1 armored platoon.
Yeah, sure. They had 2 of the M15s, and then they had 4 of the half tracks.
Half tracks.
With the half tracks of the HMGs.
With the HMG pintle mounted HMGs.
Yeah. So that's
because if they're forward facing HMGs, it would have been better because I could have come in.
The airstrike would have helped.
No, because that's the M2 with the pintle.
Yep. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, that's the list I run.
It's fine. It's a good list. It's a great list.
Yep.
It's a great list, and they played it really well.
Yep.
Yeah. And it just so happened the scenario helped them a lot too.
Yep.
So.
It just so happened the scenario helped them a lot too. It's all right.
They were able to hide their squads and basically just keep their armor out, and there was nothing I could do to stop them. So
right, you didn't have enough.
No.
Enough. You couldn't get far enough because they're only 24 inches.
Right. Yeah. And it was no man's land up there. There was no shot at getting them close enough to do.
Yeah, no, and there was no way you could get up in there because.
Right.
Yeah, because
he'd leave one thing on ambush, and you'd be like, okay, you're just going to get smoked as soon as you turn around the corner.
Yep.
Like the one time we tried to do that, he definitely I think you remember putting him something on ambush, and you're like, yeah, we can't.
Yeah.
There's no point in going out there and just getting shot to shit. So.
Yep. So. But anyway, yeah.
So I mean, I'd just finish off in the tournament then.
So we actually did really well. I mean, I feel like we did really good.
I thought we did really, really good.
Yeah, so standings are... it's funny, I don't know what happened, but we ended up in 9th place.
Okay.
It said 10th before, but now it says 9th. So I don't know what happened there. But out of 44 teams finishing 9th or 10th,
great.
I think
Nice.
thought we were 10th before, so top 25%. I feel... Given that Jeff and I were both like, we did in practice, we were just having a, like, we're just going in to have
gave you a
fun.
practice game.
We got one practice game in. Sorry, we got one practice game in. We did not tune our list. Like, we played a practice game after our lists were due, so like we couldn't tweak anything if we wanted to.
Right. You just got some.
Well,
reps
and I
into
took a
what it might
fucking
do.
Arab server, so
Yeah, right. Which ended up being a really
Which
freaking
surprised, sounds like it surprised at least a couple people.
good. There were other teams running them too, though. Like we faced at least one.
Okay.
We faced multiple. I think
I mean, you guys don't have hardly any flack in your list.
We have no flack.
we had no flak on your list.
We had no
I just shot
ate off the chain.
shot the observer.
Yeah,
Well-
just kill the observer before he can get a shot off.
Right.
But
which-
that's a different kind of flack.
Which happened at least once, if not twice. I think one got one of their shots off, and we killed him before
Exactly.
he got another shot at it.
Okay.
Which is a thing. We finished really well. Some other highlights is I think someone recognized our voices.
Yeah.
Like they were sitting next to us and they're like, "Hey, you're the SNAFU guys," and I was like, "Holy shit, you recognized us!" Based on hearing our voices, which I thought was pretty sweet.
So voice modulators next time.
Yeah, and masks. No, it was good. I had multiple people comment on Jeff's ship. I made a display
Did you guys wear
board.
the shirts?
We did wear the
We
shirts.
did?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Worked out. I don't think they were too hot.
No,
That was
it wasn't too hot. I wouldn't want to wear anything under it other than an undershirt.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. Just undershirt was all. Yeah.
Well,
At least an undershirt.
we
So.
weren't in the I don't know, pig pen.
Yeah. In the pit. We were in the mosh pit for sure.
Well, it was better than the guys playing 40K because those guys
You're
were
not
really, really
Yeah.
in the fucking.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, a little bit older crowd. So
Yep.
I mean, I still sweated through my deodorant.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
did too.
And I was like, oh man, like it was a lot.
It's like when you get out of the room and you like walk around like, God, what's that smell? And you go,
Oh, yeah.
shit,
Oh, it's
that's
me. Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
No, yeah. I definitely wore the wrong shoes too. I was wearing a
Oh, no.
pair of flatter athlete shoes versus my high arch like New Balance shoes.
I still tell you, we got to get the SNAFU anti-fatigue mat.
Dude,
going.
it's on the horizon for sure.
Yeah, really?
Right after the SNAFU Walker.
Oh, dude, have Walker with the army tray.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go.
Oh, there we go. I will say, one of our buddies was not playing in an event, or he was playing an event, but he didn't need to bring anything to it, so he actually left his cart with us. And I will say that was fucking
So much.
money.
Awesome. Thank you, Miles.
We were just stacking. It was a mess by the end of the day.
It
but
was.
We just had shit everywhere.
It was.
It was all on the cart though, so like we didn't have to worry too hard about it, which is great. I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
The SNAFU cart is in the future as well, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like a fold up. It's like a $50 fold up cart, but it was very handy.
It
to
was
have.
so fucking worth it.
Yeah. I will say if I make a display board again for it, I will make sure that it fits on one of those, like so it doesn't, right? Because there was a couple it was like precariously perched on top a couple times, and
Yeah, there really
People
wasn't
are
enough.
running-
There wasn't really enough space to display your boards without just crushing
No.
terrain.
yeah, I had to move terrain to get our board on there to show it during the lunch break, but lots of comments on our stuff, but I think there were some really good looking armies there.
Yeah, there were.
Some really cool shit. I'm glad I didn't have to face a couple of them because there were some really filthy looking Japanese lists where you're like, "Ugh, I don't want to. I don't think we can chew
Oh
through
my
all
God,
that.
that book is so good.
Yeah,
Boy.
it's not bad.
Wow. Wow. It's
Yep.
And it fit the theme really well. So I think that some people brought it as because it fit. But
Yeah.
overall, I think it was a very well run tournament.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problems with it.
No, I disliked the XP network sign up stuff, but whatever.
Yeah. And that third scenario,
It just needs something to get you to move.
incentivize you to get you across the table in some
Right.
fashion. The other thing I will
Other
say,
than being the victim and having to go remove the unit that has the scalps.
Well, it's just.
well, even if that were the case, right? If there was a scalps where they're
Right, if
collecting
there was like
scalps, I
the
could at
center of
least
the table
target
had,
the
like-
thing that had the scalps.
If there, so what? So the scalp scenario that I run, it has been run historically before. Is that?
It's not that scenario.
Oh, it's not that at all.
No.
What
no.
the hell?
It's just literally kill shit, and some stuff is worth
And you get more
points.
for killing certain things.
Like, you
That's not
can't get them
scalps.
back in any way, shape, or form, right? Like, right, if you were at least collecting scalps, and you could take out the unit that's collecting the scalps, right?
Which
like, there
is
would have been an opportunity for
How
us to do
scalps
something.
was written and how
Yeah.
it was going back to even the WWPD days. So
Right. For me, that would have been a better scenario because at least we would have
Yeah.
had a shot at trying to stop them from just
Correct.
running away with it.
Yep.
or at
Like-
least here, the center of the board, 5
Right.
scalps, go.
Right. It's whatever. Yeah, that would have given us at least something to shoot for. Whereas, like, by the time we realized, like, oh, we just have to fucking hide, we'd already lost at
Yep.
that point.
Well,
Essentially,
there you go. That sounds like a great bolt action game. Hide.
it felt as
But
it's how bad
that's
it's
there. Yeah, exactly.
like in a no. That's not saying anything about our opponents in that case. It
No,
was just
it was just that's what the
Right,
list.
play the scenario. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just was
That's-
just
that's on the
not
scenario
good.
writer then.
yeah. Unfortunately,
Okay.
And
Hey.
I will. The other thing I'll say about it's one of those things where it's a double-edged sword, right? You're at a big event, and God forbid, like a TO has to have all that fucking terrain. But like, there was some better terrain than others. Not so much like I'm not talking like the quality or the like the appeal of the look. It was more like I think the TO should have gone around and looked at the tables and made sure that like the tables actually like functioned the way they should.
Check the line of sight.
Right. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the scenario, like everything looked nice, but it's like I think some of the tables could have been tweaked to be a little bit more, a little better. I don't know.
Yeah,
That-
that's true.
That which is like, again, it's a giant freaking tournament with a shit ton of things and a lot of moving parts. So it's like, I don't 100% blame the TO, but also like, it would be nice if like
Well, and,
people submitted
and then,
it beforehand and he says, hey, fix this thing or whatever. Like, I don't know.
and
At
there's,
least
and
he
there's-
wasn't up there rolling for the scenarios before.
Yeah,
you
well,
played.
that's true.
Yeah.
But also, like, there isn't a place to display your armies. They always want them displayed, and that moves tables around. So, like, terrain gets
Yep.
moved around, and
Yep.
it never gets put back the right ways. And it's like,
Right.
Right. There's a lot of that, especially since there's nowhere to put your army,
No.
even between games.
No.
Yeah,
That's a bit of a nightmare. There was
space is a premium. Yeah,
0 inches between tables.
Yep.
So like it became kind of a mess. Like as far as that goes, like
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
A lot of that would be my biggest complaint is like they should have put 12
and that's
12 inch
totally
buffers.
on Adepticon altogether for that, for not providing space to do that properly.
Yeah.
Well, I think that there was an opportunity for more space. They just didn't. It didn't get planned the way I would have.
They only
thought.
have control over the space they're allotted
Sure,
by
right,
Adepticon.
sure, fair. Yeah, that's fair. I think next year, hopefully, they get a few more tables. Like even like 2 more tables long would have been better.
Yes.
Like,
Well, see, like
doing
Renegades,
some.
like when Jamie gets through the layouts, if I don't like it, I can literally go drive to his house and go, dude, what are you doing? Adepticon doesn't have that kind of flexibility
It's a
to
pretty
it.
big,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, it's really big. So,
But given like we saw the space, like there was definitely room for more tables, and there was definitely
But-
things not firing at the same time.
If they weren't allowed to do that, they weren't allowed to do
Oh
that.
no, I
Well,
understand.
yeah.
Yep.
I understand that they weren't allowed to do it. That's why they
When
didn't
you got
do
10,000 people coming in to do something.
well,
there's-
and this historicals was 10,000, but yes.
it. No,
No, but the whole convention, I think
But-
hits that level. So
I would say at least 25 to 30 some percent of that space was not utilized at any given moment.
Correct.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
right, there was maybe even more. Like, it might have been even more. Like, but there was definitely, like, we're, like, packed in like sardines. Flames of the Warriors packed in like sardines. And then there's, like, 50 open tables behind us.
Yeah.
You're like, there's a lot of, like, I don't know how that would work. But at the same time, it just felt like shit when you're like, I'm rubbing asses with this dude next to me. And, like, I'm looking over there and there's 20
did
empty
you get his
tables. No, he bought me dinner first, though.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fair enough.
no. I was very happy with the results though in the doubles tournament.
Yeah, great job, guys. No, seriously, that's a big finish.
Yeah.
Jeff, you as well, and Combat Patrol. Nice job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, yeah, super good.
So let's talk about this K-47 that you kind of leaked into.
Yeah, right. So yeah, when I decided I was going, when I decided I was going to Adepticon with a late
Play all the games.
Well, I thought that it makes good content for SNAFU, and it's like something that I was interested in. Right, I wanted to get into K-47 a little bit.
I'd like to try the game too.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
right, like,
Yep.
but there are a couple of deciding factors here. So, but Friday night doubles was Friday. Yeah, K-47 was supposed to be the Saturday tournament. Like, by the end of doubles, I was fucking exhausted.
Yep.
Like, it was a long day. And again, like, because we were all up in each other's shit, like, it was a long, like, it was exhausting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And like, mind you, like, we're on the fourth floor of this building, and it's a massive complex, right? So, like...
Oh, so do you walk a marathon every day?
I think I walked 18,000 steps that day, something like that. I was like, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think that's what I did that day.
Yeah.
No, I remember mine. It was literally like 10 to 16 miles every day.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a shit ton
Marathon.
of, shit ton of walking, shit ton of standing.
Yep.
So I was exhausted. And then,
And you're not a spring chicken. Sorry, Rick.
no, I'm getting older, but I felt okay, but I'm still exhausted. Like, I just mentally physically
exhausted
tired.
from everything.
Yeah, right.
Get that.
Anyway, so let's just talk about what K-47 is. I'm going to go back and find the thing. So the K-47 was a 1,500 point list. There was like basically no limitations.
Bring it.
Yeah, right. Just bring the nastiest shit you can. 1,500 points. You could bring units from like the Armies of books. Just you had to use the books that were available. Right.
AKA released.
Yep. Anything that was released. Otherwise, there was nothing seriously like different about it, other than that it was K-47. Here's where it got brutal. It was a 4-round tournament.
In one day.
2-hour rounds. Wow. So you had to haul ass through a game. And so Friday night, I'm just like, nah, I'm just not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
I'm picturing Rick's mindset here.
Well, I was like, I wanted
gassed from having just played a bunch of stuff. Haven't really actually honestly played a game of this.
No, I hadn't played a single game.
I have to do it in 2 hours.
Yep. I felt
times.
like, yeah. So yeah, there was a lot of things going through my mind.
Yeah, I would also recorded that one too.
I also felt really guilty about just bailing, right? Because I'm hoping it turns out to be an even number. Hopefully, he has a ringer, like all this shit. But I was like, if it wasn't from 8:15 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., I would have gone. I know. So that's the problem. Is like, I didn't know how well I would do with this. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for this. I hadn't played a game yet. I literally have not played a game of Conflict 47 yet. Mm-hmm. I was hoping to get one in before, so I had some feel for it. Didn't get it done before the tournament. In addition, like, this was my only opportunity to go to the vendor hall.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was not going to be able... What's that?
/sleep in.
Yeah, /sleep in. Yeah, I still woke up like 6:30 or some stupid shit. I was up really that day. But, right, it was like double edge. I'm like, I want to go see the vendor hall. I wanted to go, check out some other stuff. Mm-hmm. Be able to hang out with my friends. None of you guys were playing in the K-47 thing. Tor did play in the K-47 thing.
Of course he did.
He did really well, by the way. He did really great. But yeah, I just decided, no, not my thing. So I emailed him the night before and just like, I'm out. Sorry. And it ended up working out. They evened out, so it wasn't a big deal. They no sweat off their back, and it made me feel better because I was like, I wasn't going to be prepared. So I'd like to play it still. Just maybe play a couple of games before playing the biggest fucking tournament in the United States. It's not, that being said, it wasn't the biggest tournament, but
my god, you pussy! No, I'm kidding.
I did feel guilty about it for a while, but Tor reached out and he's like, "Dude, you evened it out by dropping, so nobody's upset." I'm like, okay, good.
Yep.
Hey,
That
good
was-
job being the inadvertent ringer.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to. I didn't want to be the guy that caused it to have to be like that. You know.
You were what was the NASA term they used for the astronauts company? You were deconditioned
Sure.
to participate in that event.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah. Oh, it looked. I did go up, however, and look. I was like, I'm curious and wanted to see what was going on
Did you
up there.
hide your face a little bit?
No, I had already talked to the main organizer at that point. I'm the main organizer actually was in the booth at Warlord when I said hi to John. So I talked to him and just gave him, apologized, saying, "Hey, sorry, I didn't do it." He's like, "Dude, no worries." He's like, "I get it." So he was cool. Oh shit! I don't want to click on that. No, that was not what I meant to click on. Not the live recap. I don't want to watch that bullshit. But yeah, so it worked out.
Cool.
Let's see how many players there were. It was only a 20-person tournament, so a little smaller.
Really? For Adepticon, that
I think it's just taking time to catch on.
Well, it's also
Maybe.
the first.
I don't
It's
know.
also one of the first tournaments that people
Yeah.
played. Armies weren't
of
all
this
out
edition,
yet.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armies weren't all out yet.
There's some imbalancing stuff going on still.
Yeah, it turns out the list I bought into is not the greatest one. That's great.
Well,
And also par for my course.
yeah, right. You can still bring the meat choppers and still do well. I hear they might still be okay for some of the stuff.
Really? Okay for a K-47?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Like the
I
shit
have no
doesn't
idea.
get that crazy. Like some of the shit gets kind of crazy, but most of the shit's pretty normal. Like it's still only a 7, 8, 9 armor, maybe 10 if you're like really getting crazy. But like,
Okay.
right, like you still kill the freaking vampire dudes and the some of the other shit with a four heavy machine guns.
Maybe I've just been paralyzed by Tor's posts on our Discord about how crazy crap is, and I'm like, I don't think.
But
I
if
have
you
anything to do with that.
bring that much crazy stuff, you don't get to bring that much stuff.
Okay. Well,
It's,
that's
even
fair.
at 1,500 points. Like,
Yeah.
if you looked at his list, you're like, oh, it's not that big. He did well, but that's I don't know. There's a limiting factor there, right? Like you can only bring so many of the freaking robots before you just are running out of points.
I want to try it. I did not sign up for the latest book that came out or whatever.
Well, Jeff got it, right?
Yep, I picked it up.
Octoon
Festoon Europe.
Festoon Europe. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm all in on at least the German zombie platoon is pretty freaking gross. But
All right, well, I'm stuck with Americans, so I might as well press on with them. So
yeah, do it. Yeah, no, I mean, I made my list was the list I made for this was actually my Marine list. So I had a couple Stewarts with Tesla coils on it. I had a little.
Did you do any object source lighting on that?
I did a little glow affecting. I did not do full on object source lighting in
Okay,
that case.
all right.
I did check a
Double
bunch of
checking your
boxes.
bingo card. That's all.
Yep, I checked a bunch of stuff on my bingo card, and then I had to uncheck a couple because I didn't play in the Conflict 47 tournament. I was like,
Nice.
That's fine. It's fine. I'll get there eventually.
We get the rest of the year.
What I was going to say though is I went up and checked on the scenario on the I'm like I was kind of curious what they did for the terrain, to Conflict 47 it up, and they did nothing, which disappointed
Really?
me quite a bit.
I at least picked up a whole bunch of purple lights that I could
Right,
put
like
cloud
glow,
tops on.
yeah, like glowy shit. Like, yeah, I was. I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed. I was like, all these dudes made these cool, weird, crazy armies, and
Hey,
like
guys,
none of
go
the
watch
shit.
Wonder Woman, either one of them, and
Yeah,
pick up
right.
something from there.
Yeah, right.
Right?
It should at least make a table It makes sense that the table is still like, oh, the French countryside, but like,
Right.
put some weird
But-
shit on it that makes it like
Exactly.
all rifty or whatever. I don't know, something. Anything would have been better
Suspect,
than nothing.
questionable,
Yeah.
weird.
Right.
That's what K-47, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah.
But so there was minimal of that, unfortunately,
Huh.
and that might be because they were
Wow.
relying on community tables. I have no idea, but maybe next
They-
year.
Chicago Dice does heavily rely on those people bringing tables.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, that is totally... I get it from a standpoint of, like, being able to, like, source that many tables is a lot, but... Yeah, go buy some purple tea lights.
I would like to have more than 3 people say they bring a table once in a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They do probably ask a little more than we do or you do, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, they push it hard. They like advertise it and give awards for it and shit. Like, which whatever we could talk about that another time, but
we will.
Yeah, we will probably have to for sure. So that I spent some money at the vendor hall. Saw some cool shit. Should have bought some stuff. Mm-hmm. I did, multiple times. Talked to John Russell. Great, always great to see him. It was funny. We, what was it? Friday night?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Friday night we ended up we were going to go. Yeah, no. It was Thursday night. Thursday night we ended up at the Miller Bar, and Jeff's thing took forever to get over because it was seriously, the guy kept talking, giving out awards and shit. And I was like, dude, can we just go? I want to leave now. I want to eat. I need to eat something. Anyway, so we ended up at the Miller Bar, and it's attached to a hotel. And across the hotel lobby is the steak joint. Inside there was John Russell. I could see him, and I had to go give him a hug right away. But they were having cocktails. I think they didn't end up. So I'll tell the story for John. He'll probably tell it again next time we see him. So apparently, I can't remember, it was the Micro Arts guys. All their shit got shipped in and got stuck in Indiana. So they were literally sitting there at their booth with nothing to sell.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. Which is brutal. But so him and John were talking. I think they were actually talking at the table where I saw him, and I gave him a hug. And John was like, hey, I have multiple bins of your shit back at our place in, it might have been Indiana. I don't remember where exactly it was. About 4 hours away, or a little longer. So this is the kind of character John is. John's like, okay, we're getting in the car and we're going and getting it. So they got in the car, drove out, grabbed all the stuff they could get, put it in the car, brought it back, so they had something to sell at the venue.
Nice.
So it's like John giving the shirt off his back. So he's just a class act. So, yeah.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah, we did. But it was like, I asked him how his steak was. He's like, oh, I didn't have it because we ended up driving across the freaking country.
Yep. At the last minute. Why not?
At the last minute. Because why not? Yeah. So anyway, it was nice to see John, as always. They were killing it. Their booth was busy, I think, every time I was in there. Lots of people looking at stuff. It's super cool to see. They announced it, but John had told me the secret before, that the cool giant German walker thing with the fucking the little electricity thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually coming out. Okay, yep.
Well, that's free. It's free now. Like, you're going to be able to download the STLs and build it yourself, which I think is freaking rad. Yeah. Well, he told us that in private. I was like, really? Yeah. He's like, yeah. The guy decided he didn't want to like charge for it, which was super cool. They initially had decided, like, how could we produce this and sell it, and he realized it would have been like an $1,800 model. So it was like, no way we're selling this. So
sure,
yeah, they went around it. So, and they said something about "fuck the pirates." I hear is something they said. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a good time. Yeah, it's what other things do we see in there that was super cool?
Well, the only thing I know is that as far as Renegade locally here is having an indie game that I was hoping to be a participant for, a variant of bolt action that has been suspected for a long time, has not been announced, and has not been released, and is not official, so I will not be there for it.
What now?
So do you get, back in the day, there was this squad level game.
Sure.
That was Firefight. It was the Indie Driver, something like that. Whatever it was. There was a couple games that Stalingrad Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter Academy. I think it was the
Street
original
Fighter
one.
Academy. Sure, yeah.
Right. So we had all worked on back in pandemic days.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We'd worked on a version of it, and then that had gone away, and then there was rumors about it coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, give me a copy. I will run it at with Renegade Icebreaker in May time.
Are you talking about the Renegade 28?
Yeah.
Like the skirmish thing, yeah. This is like a skirmish.
It has not happened. I've gotten silence from it.
That's disappointing.
So I will not be running that.
Yeah.
I don't know what this means for Sledgehammer.
Sure. We did have some questions about that coming out of, definitely people. We ran into some people that have come to Operation SNAFU before, and they were like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, so from talking to you, Pat, it sounds like Sledgehammer's questionable, but we're definitely still on for Operation SNAFU.
Oh, yeah, Operation SNAFU, 100% go.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay.
It will be a thing. Sledgehammer is, at best, might be late June if it comes together.
If it fires at all, sure.
And I don't know that it is. It might have to be I don't know.
Well, there's also some other stuff in the works. Like I know Tor was dabbling at the idea of maybe running some kind of K-47 thing, maybe.
Hey, Tor, let me come play there.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know, Tor. I got a list ready to go. I will.
Sure.
I will read your TO pack. I promise.
Yep.
Pat won't, because Pat has some revenge to get.
Jesus.
I might issue corrections.
Yeah. ask all the questions.
Yep. I'll ask all the questions, the dumb shits, and never read it too.
No,
because I get those too. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's great.
No. So again, Adepticon was fun. I had a blast going back.
Same.
Yeah. So we. I'm going to try to go back next year. I really like the new venue where the Milwaukee is so much better than the Chicago location. From like driving and like just shit around it is so much better. We had lots of restaurant options. I feel like when you're in Schaumburg, like we could walk to dinner. Like there were places we could walk to. They were in walking distance quite a bit. Whereas like we had to drive. We had to. Well, there's barbecue, but there's other places too.
No, everything I found out was there barbecue everywhere, and I couldn't stand it. Cause,
okay.
Yeah.
But there was burger joints and shit. Like there was definitely food to have. But so it was nice from a standpoint of just like not having to get back in the car and driving all over the place. So,
yeah, get your steps in. Your doctor will appreciate that. Sounds good.
Yeah, so don't eat just burgers the whole weekend though. I think my doctor would hate me for that more than the walking. Anyway, it was a blast. I hope you had a blast, Jeff, and I know the other guys in our group did. So,
I missed you guys.
We missed you too, Pat.
Yep.
We wish you would have been there, but I totally understand not being able to do it every year.
Yep.
You got a certain age, you got to prioritize what is you can and can't do, right?
That's
true.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Totally. So maybe next year. We'll see.
Yep.
Hope so.
Dude, we're going to keep this short and sweet tonight. You guys, again, there's probably a bajillion different Adepticon overviews. You can go look at stuff. There's lots of cool shit to see.
We'll follow this up for episodes to come, of course.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll have a tour episode where we talk about K-47 at some point in the near future.
Do you have the bandwidth to allow that kind of volume to go through? I'm kidding.
No.
Tor, love you. Great man.
It'll be good. It'll be great. And yeah, he finished really well, so he can talk about.
I maybe want to hear a story as an interviewer instead of just a podcaster. Right?
Well, and maybe if he sets up a tournament, we can help hype it.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll be his hype boys.
I like both of those.
Yeah. All right, let's call it a night. I'm tired. You're all tired. We're still. I'm still recovering from Adepticon. Quite honestly, it's taken me a couple weeks, but I'm still kind of. It still sucks. Yeah. Pat, get us out of here.
This is SNAFU, over and out.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
It's a lovely day. Tomorrow is a lovely day. Come and feast your tear-dimmed eyes on tomorrow's clear blue skies. It's a lovely day. Tomorrow is a lovely day. Come and feast your tear-dimmed eyes on tomorrow's clear blue skies. If today your heart is weary, if